Around here in North Dakota, you can never truly know what kind of weather you can expect around the holidays. Case in point, imagine a Thanksgiving where it is warm enough that you could cook outside and wear short sleeves while out there. Meteorologist Michael Gonzalez takes us through one year where it actually happened.
On This Week in North Dakota Weather History, we find out how quickly the northern plains can turn from frigid to warm, from below average lows to record highs within 36 hours. November 22nd and 23rd, 2017, western North Dakota swung out of the single digits into the warmest Thanksgiving on record. What's the recipe for 70s on Thanksgiving? Let's take a look. Starting with the upper level pattern on the morning of November 22nd, one major feature stands out, a stout ridge over the western half of the U.S. The jet stream was deflected around this ridge and to the north of North Dakota. No cold snaps were coming our way anytime soon. Going into November 23rd, Thanksgiving Day in 2017, the ridge slightly strengthened over our area and the jet stream was pushed further north. Meanwhile, on the ground, the early morning hours of November 22nd were the coldest of fall up to that point. A polar high had just crossed the northern plains and its influence had temperatures in the single digits across our eastern counties that morning. A low of 8 degrees in Bismarck and Minot, 5 degrees in Hazen, 3 degrees in Rugby. By the time the sun had risen on the 22nd, the polar high had drifted away to the eastern U.S. and weak downslope flow began to develop off of the Rocky Mountains. The boundary between this mild region and the chilly air mass to the east manifested as a warm front. By the afternoon, western North Dakota had reached the 60s. In Bismarck, it reached 63, a 55-degree temperature increase from that morning. The ingredients continued to come together on the night before Thanksgiving. Mother Nature was cooking. By midnight on the 23rd, the polar high was almost out of the picture, although low temperatures still fell to around 20 in central North Dakota. The air mass boundary remained just west of Dickinson, behind which overnight lows remained in the 30s and 40s. Almost 1,000 miles to the northwest, a low-pressure system was crossing the mountains of British Columbia. This would be the final piece in the puzzle for record warmth. At noon on Thanksgiving, a strong piece of the jet stream was transecting the Canadian Rockies. This helped strengthen the low pressure that had emerged over Alberta, and consequently, the warm downslope winds across the northern plains. With support from the storm in Canada, winds off of the mountains pushed the boundary well into North Dakota to about the Highway 52 corridor. Behind the warm front, temperatures spiked well above 65, over 30 degrees above normal. Bismarck reached 74 degrees by 3 p.m. that afternoon, setting a new Thanksgiving record high by over 10 degrees. Dickinson, Minot, and Williston set all-time Thanksgiving record highs as well. On the same afternoon, the high temperature in Houston, Texas was only 65. Just 36 hours before, western North Dakota had been one of the coldest spots in the lower 48. Yet by Thanksgiving, it was warmer than parts of the southeast. With upper-level ridging, a favorable jet stream, and a little help from the Rocky Mountains, our state can go from ice skating to t-shirt weather in less than 2 days, even in late November. And that's what happened on This Week in North Dakota's weather history 8 years ago. For KX News, I'm meteorologist Michael Gonzalez.